Between the lines, Hugo recommended I go talk to him when I'm ready. Wow, what a quest description.
We felt the whole vault shaking a while back. Security said it was nothing to worry about, though.
I could. So, shall we begin? There are some tasks that I'm unequipped to handle myself, and I need your assistance.
What can I do that you can't do yourself? I think I've already asked him this.
Well, as you can see, I cannot. Or at least not in the same way you see the world. More precisely, while I can navigate just fine, there are a number of optical challenges that my condition does not account for. Normally, I would have someone assist me with that, but, well, we are getting ahead of ourselves. So, shall we begin?
Okay, I'm ready to get started.
Excellent. As you've hopefully been made aware by now, the source of the weather phenomenon outside is a device that is under our control. Or rather, the lack thereof. Control, that is. In order to solve this error, we'll need to acquire the weather machine's blueprints. They are in the wall safe just over there.
You called me here just to walk a few feet and grab a paper?
I've been known to be a bit creative with resources in the past, but I am not that wasteful. The safe can only be opened with a key that my beloved wife Cassie has chosen to hide in a very secure location. So secure that only she knows where it is. This is problematic, as she has been unwell and unresponsive for quite some time. That said, she was a diligent notekeeper. I'm certain you could find out where she moved the key to if you were to search through her notes. You should find them all in our room upstairs. It is unlocked, so you should be able to just walk in. With my condition as it is, I'm unable to do this myself, and thus, my new friend, the task falls to you.
All right, but why me in particular?
I'm concerned for my wife's privacy. Her notes could include audit reports and other sensitive information. While it means nothing to a stranger like you, it could sow discord in our vault. I'd rather not have files go missing or rumors spreading. You understand, don't you?
What? I'm not sure I understand your condition. You're blind? He told us he was blind. I also noticed in the painting he was blind.
I dare say I barely understand it myself. Prior to certain circumstances, I was blind. Born that way. Since sad circumstances, I've come to be able to see, but not in the traditional sense. Alas, written text, paper, and terminal alike remain my mortal foe. Discussing the boring details any further are for another time, though. Please, let's return to the matter at hand.
Just seems like a weird thing to be able to ask. You're blind? You locked the only copy of this blueprint in a safe?
There was another copy, but I don't even want to get started, to be honest. Intellectual property can be so tricky to keep locked away. Perhaps tracing down the problem is something we could look into another day. For today, the safe is our solution.
Makes sense. I'll do it.
You will? Oh, wie wunderbar. Best of luck. I could use some help over here.
I genuinely don't care about pickless ones. Okay.
Seeing someone do so much good around here. It's refreshing.
Hugo has asked me to help him open the safe that contains the blueprints for the weather machine. He wants me to find the key that his wife has hidden and suggests I read through the notes in their bedroom for any clues. We've already read her terminal,
Been a
so
long time since we had a good
nothing's
meeting
going to be
together
on that.
around here.
Unless they add new entries as the quest progresses.
What if we go back to the surface?
And he wants to know us because of her, condition.
I don't think I read the anniversary letter or the thank you. There it is. Oh, there's also a note right here.
Research and science and discoveries and news.
It's a shame we don't
I
have
miss
the
how it was
workforce to
before.
spruce this place
Alright,
up
let's
a
mute
little.
up the NPCs real quick and then we'll read these notes and stuff. Let's start with art appreciation, or art lessons. Lessons with Ramona are going very well indeed. Who would have thought that a theoretical physicist could have such impeccable artistic intuitions, too? I was lamenting the fact that my dear Hugo could not see any of my art, and then Ramona had such a brilliant idea. Why don't I paint it in an impasto style, where the thick layers of paint create a textural surface which Hugo could feel with his hands? Such a genius idea. I can't believe I didn't think of it myself. Now, my darling will be able to enjoy his wife's wonderful art just like everyone else. I must. Seems like, okay. I must make sure the paint dries thoroughly before I show it to him, though, or we'll be cleaning this place up for weeks to come. You don't hear it because I muted them. Those two NPCs said the exact same thing. It was kind of overlapping. Thank you. Cassidy, my dear friend, I am forever great. Wait, didn't I read this? I read this one. That was from Calvert. Anniversary letter. Transcribed from the desk of Hugo Stoles. My beloved Cassie, with you I never feel far from home. You've enriched my life in ways I never thought possible. You've become my better half, my sight, my lover. Mit der Konet ich I don't speak German, sorry. Or is it German? I think he's German. I think he's meant to be German. Or, as they would say here, you are my partner in crime. A life without you would be terribly dull, and I would never want to miss you. My treasure, these have been the best years of my life. Happy anniversary, Ich liebe dich, dein Hugo. Apologies to any Germans watching this. Cassidy's Journal. October 18th, 2077. Poor darling Hugo. I haven't seen him this worked up in a long time. But who can blame him? He's only worried about his daughter's well-being. Okay, so now we do know he does have a daughter. As any good father would be. I think he is just afraid of her impressionable mind being corrupted by the people around her. Still, I am not sure I agree with his solution to this problem. Unfortunately, he has already made up his mind, and once he gets like this, there is simply no point in arguing with him. Let's just hope that Aubrey never finds out the truth, or there'll be hell to pay. So no one has mentioned that he has a daughter. It's just this note. So I'm feeling like she's dead, and he's trying to bring her back to life with all this research of Frankenstein stuff. February 13th, 2087. And I know every time I play a game, I need to stop predicting stuff that happens in the future. But it's just a feeling I'm getting. February 13th, 2087. This vault can be so claustrophobic. 18 years. Why did I say 18? 10 years. So suffocating. I miss how much travel Hugo and I used to do. I miss all the different views. I miss the French quarters and the music. I miss being surrounded by creative people. The people in here are also creative, but in a scientific way. Maybe one day we will be able to enjoy the world and the arts as we used to. My only sanctuary is the small waterfall in the garden sector. Well, that's, I'm guessing, where the key is. There, I can pretend the world is still the same. Still the same. Plus, the sound of the running water soothes my mind whenever I start to feel unwell, which seems to be most of the time lately. I fear my condition may be worsening. You're electrified and you're touching water? That don't sound good. March 8th, 2087. God bless Hugo, but he can be so naive sometimes. He is too trusting, thinking that if he keeps the business within the hands of friends and family, then he has no reason to worry. I ran into someone snooping around our office this afternoon. Said they were just looking for a report, but I wasn't born yesterday. I've decided to lock away our more sensitive documents somewhere safe and won't be letting the key leave my person for any reason. Luckily, I have fashioned the key into part of my favorite necklace, and it fits perfectly. No one needs access to these documents, unless they have Hugo's or my permission anyway. As for this little detective I caught in the act, well, let's hope they can fake their way into a different vault. Okay, so she kicked someone out. March 26th, 2087. I can't get my privacy in this wretched vault. I was sitting in my happy place in front of the waterfall, finally reaching the deepest levels of my meditation. Then guess who comes stomping out from under there? Johnny, the head janitor, clunking around with a box of tools. Stupid man. Just when I was finally starting to relax. I didn't even know we had a maintenance room back there. Still, it's good to know that there are some lesser-known areas down here. Perhaps I should let my darling Hugo know about this concealed area. Okay. Cool. Glad I finished that. Search the waterfall. Search for Cassidy. Wait, search for Cassidy? Not for... Okay. Looks like someone was snooping around for these blueprints, so Cassidy decided to lock them away and keep the keys close to her. She probably still has it. I should go find where they're keeping her. Maybe there's a clue in her notes. Search for Cassidy near the waterfall.
I mean,
that seems odd that I would jump to that conclusion.
Than ours. Are you really that smart?
Yes.
I don't want to interrupt this whole video with asking him to answer all those questions.
Vault 63 has lasted this long.
We'll save those for the end.
What if we go back to the surface and
The waterfall.
nobody wants to know us because
You
of
reckon
that storm is gonna get worse or better?
Let's mute it up real quick because there's a note. Never mind, that note won't have anything to do with the story, so we'll leave it. That's not very concealed. Just want to point that out. And I also want to once again point out, they're electrified. Cassie, you telling me, as smart as you are, you didn't notice there was a hidden room right here? A fuse box. This fuse box looks like it might be broken with a quick hit. It might be broken with a quick hit. Johnny's note. I'm not sure why the pump access room has suddenly been locked. I swear it was open last week. Plus, I thought I was the only one who comes back here anyway. I feel like I can hear breathing coming from in there too. But when I knock, nobody answers. Weird. No, Johnny. Johnny, no. I don't think I've met Johnny either. So is Johnny, like, dead? I turned a valve. I don't know what it did. Oh, there's another valve right here that I can't turn, so I need to find another one. I think this meant I could repair this with a hit, not it's broken with a hit. Hold on. That is what it meant. It said it could be broken with a hit. Oh, it meant broken so I can get through. Okay, never mind. I got it. I got it. I thought it was originally saying that it was broken. It seems like someone hit it and broke it. Not that if I break it, I can get in. What is she wearing? The notes led me to the garden area, where I found Cassie hidden away in a secret room behind the waterfall. It appears that she's in a coma. I wonder if she still has the key on her. She's wearing pajamas.
What the hell are you doing in here? Get your filthy hands off her!
You claim you can't see. I'm guessing he can see electricity or energy, but there's no way he would have known I was here. I mean, I'm just trying to help. She got the key.
What's that? Oh. I understand. I apologize. Truly. I'm just very protective of her, you know? She is my other half, and life is just not complete without her. Of course she has the key herself. I should have known.
Alright. Why is she locked away here? Why not an infirmary?
I don't think it's anyone's business to see my wife whenever they wish. I'm sure you wouldn't like that either if you were in her position. Just exposed for anyone to see like some animal in a zoo? No, not my Cassie. She deserves peace and quiet to recover.
Well, what's wrong with her?
Nothing. She's perfect. Always has been. Always will be. The same incident that has put me into my condition. Well, it made her quiet. Tired. She'll be right in no time. All the more reason for you to get a move on with those weather machine blueprints. No?
Alright. How did you find me? I thought you were blind.
Apologies for the confusion. I often forget just how unusual my situation has become. I was born blind, and lived that way even after becoming a ghoul, as you put it. However, as I've mentioned, an accident at this facility altered me, not unlike the lost that wander the surface. I see the world in pulses, wavelengths, a universe of violent synaptic connections, carving out and outlining every object and person. Navigation is trivial for me now. I was able to spot you in these sacred grounds even from my office. To the lost, I imagine this vision is a curse, a terrifying cataractous cloud that distorts their world. To me, it is a new life. Needless to say, I don't find myself bumping into things while getting around the vault anymore.
Alright, so repairing this weather machine is related to her recovery?
Is that what I've said? I suppose I revealed too much with too little context. Forgive me. Now isn't the time to discuss such things, not before you have a better grasp of what we are contending against here.
Alright, well, I've got the keys. I'll get the blueprints for you.
Yes. Very well. If you would excuse me, I would like a moment with my wife. Come find me when you have the blueprints.
Nothing more annoying than people sending you invites while you're trying to do quests, huh? And the thing is, I've turned off so many things. I turned off names. Player names are off, yet it still shows player names. And that's why a lot of people will send invites, is because they're like, oh, someone's recording. I want to get my name showing up. Oh, wait, can I turn? I don't care about public team notifications. They need more of these. More notification turn-offs for me to turn off, because I don't care about so many notifications that they send out. They need one to turn off notifications. From other players. Because I don't want other players spamming me with things. But fine. Let's mute up the song music that's increasing. I got Hugo's safe key. Hugo ran in on me, retrieving it from his wife's comatose body. Comatose, not comatose. And didn't seem very happy about me being there. He asked me to give him a moment with his wife, and to come find him once I have acquired the blueprints from his office. Retrieve the weather machine blueprints.
Did you want anything?
Nope, same stuff. Got it.
This research and science and discoveries
Should've arrived
and
a few
news.
years back.
Ah, screw it.
Sure was.
I miss how it was before.
Tired of all the red tape and security checks just to get a breath of barely fresh air.
You reckon that storm is gonna get worse?
All right. Not something you want to see when you open the safe for your boss. Let's go ahead and read the love letter first. Let's mute out the background. My gorgeous capitalist piggy. Please, my dear, I beg you to come with me. No good can come from a project funded by a big corporation. Please, please, please meet me by the makeout point next week, on the 23rd, and we can flee together. Don't leave me alone. Signed, your beloved communist swine A. So this is his daughter, I'm guessing. And then he hired a hitman. No. Mr. Redacted. We are in need of your services once again. One of our senior advisors, a Mr. Quentin Hake, has continually failed to toe the party line and is starting to become a problem. To make matters worse, his continual questions about the potential moral implications of our new technologies have started to raise some eyebrows amongst the other vault dwellers. Please see to it that Mr. Hake is taken care of, preferably after his scheduled visit to the observatory later this month. He will be traveling alone, so this should present an ideal opportunity for you. P.S. I obviously expect you to exercise extreme discretion with this. The last thing we need is the media catching wind of this whole thing. From the desk of Hugo Stolz. Okay, so it wasn't killing someone that's in love with his daughter. Unless this was sent to him. Oh well, weather machine blueprints. Let's take those. No, I don't need to go into photo mode for that. Just want to see if they put his name there. Oh, it's just a Vault Dweller of the Year award. Wow, he gave himself a Vault Dweller of the Year award. I guess he is very egotistical, so that makes sense. That checks out. Oh, whoops. I got the weather machine blueprints from Hugo's wall safe. I should go deliver them to him. I wonder if he's still with Cassie. Okay.
Supplies are starting to dwindle a little, even with the stockpile from the
We
supply
felt the
runs.
whole vault shaking a while back.
Before the storms.
Security said he was...
Vault 63 has lasted this long. No reason to think it won't keep lasting.
These jumpsuits don't leave much room for expression.
Ah, the one from outside. How's the storm?
Country Roads is playing, and I couldn't find it.
I believe you have something for me.
So, these will let us fix the weather machine?
It is a step, yes. You'll be provided more information shortly. Do be patient. Remember, this is all new to you, but years in the making for us.
Well, actually, I stumbled across some interesting notes.
Did I ask you to snoop around in our personal affairs?
Screw it.
That
I
was and
miss how it was
is
before.
none of your business. Forget the petty gossip and focus on the task at hand. Am I making myself clear to you? Now, the blueprints. Have you found them yet?
How would he hire a hitman anyway? It would have to have been his wife, right? Because that would have been pre-war, and he would have been blind. He couldn't hire a hitman. Or he couldn't write a note to a hitman. Here's the blueprints, Hugo.
Well, they're no good to me. I can't read them. Go deliver them to my daughter, Audrey. She's the one who's leading the effort to repair the weather machine. Oh, and before I forget, our conversation earlier, in Cassie's room. Water under the bridge, yes? I do hope we can keep that just between us. I'd hate for rumors to flutter
The old
about.
vault sure was something. You know, before vault the accidents.
I mean, I'm here to get paid. It's none of my business. Nothing to be embarrassed about, though. You guys had a wonderful relationship.
The best. She's the most beautiful person. She keeps me balanced. We were never apart, and we collected the most wonderful memories together. Excuse me. This makes me rather emotional. Oh, and before you go off to Audrey, I would like you to indulge me in another thought exercise I've been meditating on. If you were to repair a ship by replacing it plank by plank, piece by piece, so much so that no single piece of wood from the original vessel remained, would you have a new ship? Or would it still be the original, only improved?
The ship of Theseus. When he said that, I was like, oh no, he's gonna freaking talk about the ship of Theseus. Intelligence 10+. The ship of Theseus. Not easily answered, I'm sure you know.
Right you are, my friend. Both in the origins of the question and its complexity. Let's say for this example that we can agree that eventually it is a new ship. Because I think the more interesting question is, at what point does it become so? After half of the planks? After the final part is replaced? Perhaps the rudder? Or mast? If we were to change piece by piece, at what point do we become something entirely new? Up. One moment. Let's perhaps hold on to the answer. I'd rather that linger with you a bit. And you have important business to attend to. Now, off with you to see Audrey. She's buried in her books in the meteorology sector. I hope you have some good hiking boots. It's quite the trek.
Shame we don't have
Safe travels.
this place up a little.
Thanks,
I could
Hugo.
Did you want anything?
Just seeing if you have any other stuff. Nope. That same stuff. All the way down there. Hugo pointed out that he can't read the blueprints himself and that I should take them to his daughter Audrey in the meteorology sector instead. Apparently, she's leading the effort to repair the weather machine there and will be glad to help. Okay. Let's just head down to High Knob. Let's see what random encounter we got. Just in case it's another new one. It appears to be nothing. Which obviously can happen. I kind of wasn't expecting. Alright, let's follow these country roads up to Audrey. So how old was Audrey? Because they became ghoulified very quickly. So she has to have been an adult, because children can't really become ghouls. I mean, they can. Billy the Kid became a ghoul, obviously. What is this? I don't even know what is... No, don't. Continue. The ship of Theseus. Oh my gosh, how am I going to get all the way up there? Do I follow the road? Or do I go off-roading and actually... Oh gosh. What am I doing? Okay, got drunk, crashed his Jeep. That's the story. Let's go! Stop stopping to look at things. Not a lot of enemies though out here. Oh! Earthquake. Oh, that's just a tree. That looked like that was like a cliff side with something like shimmying on top of it, staring at me. It's just a tree. It's just a tree. Okay, fine. We'll give this one a look over real quick. Copper. I'd say a backwards flag, but it wouldn't be backwards this way. Porta potty that I can open. A sleeping axe. Huh. No skeletons down there, so that's all irrelevant. Hey, a trailer. Hello. A bed that I can't sleep in. Oh, and then the truck was down there. Okay, I was like, why is there just a trailer out here? The truck was hauling the trailer. nothing with that. Let's go ahead and head on up to the weather station area. So he just owned all of Shenandoah? Is that the logic I'm supposed to get from him being able to put this huge of a vault underneath all of Shenandoah? There's a lot of robots here. There is a lot of dead robots here. Why? Why is that already burning? Oh, because Blood Eagles are here. It's like fate. Broke my armor. Oh, they can kill the electrician. Okay. So this is a random encounter hotspot. Though he probably just rejoins the ether and comes back because it's a random encounter. Okay. Parts. A lot of parts. Oh, it's a crane or something. But being delivered in parts instead of just being driven up here, which is odd. And then more robots. Lots more robots. All right. A lot of stuff here. They did say they didn't finish all the construction, but... Why do I have my gun out? Put the gun away. There's like a lot of just junk lying around. You think they'd start moving it after the war. They don't need the vehicles to move stuff. Also, 20 years after the war, some of the vehicles should still be fueled up, considering that in Fallout 1, you could get a drivable car. Hawksbill Weather Station. So yeah, some of the vehicles are still drivable at this point in time. Oh, there were two. There's an iBot all the way down there that's electrified. So I was right, though, about the whole RoboBrain thing. Did they just run away from me, or...? Got here strength, Coca-Cola, 52 caps. So someone was hanging out up here. potentially spying on what was going on. My weapon away again. I should just continue with the quest, but here I am, exploring this new area. Try to make it quick. I don't know where those two Robo-Brains went. There's one. There's a dead vault dweller. Pretty sure Audrey's gonna have me run around the location anyways. So I shouldn't be. Can I not walk up these stairs? Okay, guess not. I shouldn't be exploring the whole thing. There's a vertibird here. There's a vertibird here. It'll make sense once I actually get to the quest, but there's a vertibird here. Okay, I walked all the way over here. I will check out this guard tower. Yep, to find nothing. That checks out. Let's get back to the task at hand. Put my gun away. What am I doing? Was this a building I could go into? It was. Okay. A lot of nothing, though. Let's go. Audrey. Trash can plan. Okay. Audrey, your dad sent me here. Just so you're aware. Robot testing waiting area. This is very ominous, don't you think? Turn my light off, I can see notes better. Can you just let me off so I can fly up there? There was nothing in there, so it's fine. But I had to know. I had to see it for myself. Put the gun away. There we go. That was a robot thing, and that's covered in blood and stuff. A Vault 63 trunk. Thought I heard a ghoul rustling about. There probably is one downstairs. Let's go ahead and head on in. Check them corners. Check them corners. A hunger strike. I wish this place had more snack machines. I want that sweet, gooey, sugary goodness fresh from the oven, not this crap. I mean, to be fair, that does literally look like crap. This also looks like the thing they were creating at the weather station, so that checks out. Oh, on the blueprints. Not at the weather station. We are at the weather station. Okay. Good job lighting it up, letting you know there's something here. That's the way it's done. Operations. Oh! Whoops. My calculations are correct. We should be ready to move on to the next phase within a few weeks. Wow, that's a note I didn't need. Should be heading down to Cassie. That one turned red as soon as I got closer to it. Okay. I knew I wasn't supposed to go this way, but you know, you just feel the urge. The urge to surge. Quantum. There's a ladder in there. Not much else. Carrot. Hi, Manny. And Cassie is not a robot, like I was expecting her to be. This is just like the room in Fort Atlas. Oh, it's an observatory, isn't it? So of course it's just like the room in Fort Atlas. I forgot this is an observatory. Bethesda, though. You still haven't incorporated the ability to pet the cats. Terminal. And they're in order. Gil Parker's research terminal. September 2nd. Was this a mistake? Maybe accepting this job from Mr. Stolz was the wrong decision. It was all so sudden. Moved in the vault so early to work on the defense systems, leaving my family behind and resigning from my rather lucrative job at Robco. But it was made clear that he needed my abilities in neurology and cybernetics to create a better tomorrow underground. Also, with him promising me a spot underground when the bombs finally do come, what could I say? You abandoned your family for saving yourself. Okay. September 21st. Not what I expected. Sigh. No one would type the word sigh. I think I have an oddball for a boss. I guess the truly affluent think parroting quotes from philosophers and historical figures is a sign of prestige or something. I mean, it's a murder bot. I don't see why it needs to speak at all. Not how I expected this to go, but at least I got a spot in the vault before the bombs inevitably drop. Once I get this done, maybe I can finally find a project worthy of my talents. Okay, he's building a murder bot. That ain't good for us. October 27th. Regrets. So this is after the bombs fell. This is him probably being like, oh no, I should have died with my family, or at least got them a spot in the vault. Error code 141 log. File corrupted. October 30th. My work keeps me going. It's the same thing. He's probably still upset that he sacrificed his family to live here. November 12th. More rewrites. Odd that we don't get to read about his depression and sadness of letting his family die. They want another rewrite. Again, this is the third time now. Too patriotic? Too recent history? Are you kidding me? Are they building Liberty Prime? Like their own version of Liberty Prime? It's a murder machine at the end of the world. Not some fancy poet you're going to show off to the public on your rich party friends at the end of the world. Fine. You want inspiring quotes? Pompous silver-spooned pseudo-intellectual rich elites? Just love literary scholars, presidents, philosophers, famous generals, and the like. Let's get ridiculous then. Working on this is giving me a migraine. I'm even breaking out in hives. The stress must be making me sick. Oh, he is not a ghoul yet, because this is only like a couple of days after the bombs fell. A month after the bombs fell. Less than a month. November 13th. Really? They liked it? Don't get me wrong. I'm happy this is finally over. The whole ordeal has been draining, making me ill, in fact. The stress has been making me literally lose my hair. But really? That actually worked? I wrote it half as a joke, but I guess I was spot on about the tastes of rich pseudo-intellectuals. Not like I care that the robot is going on to spouting nonsense as it does its purpose. But the whole thing is completely ridiculous. Oh well, never mind all that. The end to this joke of an assignment is nearly in sight. I just need to finish up a few things. Why am I reading? I just need to finish up a few things, and I can then finally be assigned to something different. No, they'll probably execute you. November 22nd. Vault-Tec had one job. Vault-Tec had one job. Apparently, everyone has been exposed to a radiation leak. All because Vault-Tec and Overseer Stoles did a shoddy job somewhere reinforcing this place. People have been getting sick. I'm damn sick. I thought the stress was causing an ulcer, the rash, the hair loss, the bleeding. Now we all know better. In the morning, I need to hunt down some Radaway and Radex before everyone raids the supplies. Feeling too weak. Just need a little shut-eye. Gather some energy before that. Bright side, at least with the work finished, I can get patched up and chase up my work reassignment tomorrow. As at long last, finally, I can get work worthy of my talents now. They have their ridiculous scholarly sounding murder bot yammering away. Okay, Gil. Things finally looking up for Gil. Am I right? Well, you guys won't be needing this Radaway because you're ghouls. Because you're ghouls. H01 and X01 headlamp mod if you've run an X01 power armor. So he's building the murder bot in this room? Where'd you go, Manny? You immediately disappeared. You have a lot of blank spaces on the wall, actually. Just throwing that out there. There's Manny.
Oh, when it rains, it pours.
You got strangler pods here.
You there! I don't know you. Why are you in my lab?
I would have turned the brightness down, but now your face is just illuminated. Are you Audrey?
Who told you? Never mind. Yes, I am indeed Audrey Stoltz. And you are a sore thumb sticking out in my lab. Great. Introductions are out of the way. You know, there's enough chaos around here as it is. With the machine being broken, the clutter everywhere, and the electrified lunatics roaming about. So, unless there's something you're here for, would you kindly get the hell out of my lab?
Would you kindly? Do you realize this place is a total mess?
Oh, is it? Really? It looks perfectly fine to me. Clearly something went wrong here, don't you think? An astounding observation. Just groundbreaking. Sorry. I'm a bit on edge. I'm still trying to figure out how to repair the weather machine. But the documentation is missing, and as much as my father wishes I could magically be as brilliant as my mother, Anyway, I'm sorry about the outburst. Did you need something?
I have these blueprints for you.
What's this? Oh, the blueprints! Fantastic! Did my father send you? Are we hiring outside help for the mailroom now? Never mind that. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that I finally have these.
Alright, so, Hugo Stolz is your father, huh?
Sure is. Biologically, anyway. Can't say he's ever acted much like a father. Nowadays, he's more my boss than my dad. A boss that keeps interfering with my professional and personal life. Anyway, you were saying?
Well, tell me more about this weather machine of yours.
Well, the name says it all. It used to be a machine that did the weather. You know, monitoring it, controlling it, just the usual stuff. I think we picked it up as a way to sweeten the pot when my father was getting the board to approve this vault. A bit of nepotism later, and here I am. My father refused to listen when I told him my talents are wasted on this machine, but in the end, the research fell off after the bombs fell. Later, we found a very important reason to look into it again, of course. Which I'm not really comfortable sharing more on. Sorry, we did just meet after all. To summarize, this machine is important. My father wants it fixed, and I'd very much like Father to stop pestering me about it.
Oh, okay. Well, blueprints delivered. Job done.
Yes, yes. Very excellent parcel delivery. Off with you, then. Actually, wait a moment. A helpful minion could be quite useful. Could you give me 2 seconds to read this? Here's a little reward for you. Count your bottle caps while I go over these blueprints. Come back when you're ready for more work.
That finishes off that, and we start seeking shelter.